Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, this is the price. I mean, where in this move we mentioned we can look for buy. As we can see, there was a buy opportunity, but it didn't move really much because we mentioned we were looking for the breakout of the stop, which is it's almost 60K, 60100. Okay. By the way, the price could tag, but it couldn't break. Now I want to see what's the next. And even if we put this we put in relative to each other, this stop in the with the previous one, if you refer to the indicators, we can see we have a divergence. This is where we need to be quite careful. All right. By the way, we start with daily chart. We want to see what we have. If we refer to the daily chart, we mentioned we want to see whether the price can break the previous stop, these two. And this is what we have been looking for because we mentioned with the breakout, we can expect to for the continuation for the 73K. But now the question is whether we can look because we have been looking for this. All right. Now the question is how we can look for trade here. That's why we mentioned if we want to look for buy, we need to be quite careful because we don't want to buy at the top. All right. Because we mentioned maybe this one can turn to a more complex correction. By the way, we move to forward chart, and even if we move to forward chart, this is what we have been looking for this correction. All right, in relative to this, but we explain maybe this one can turn to more complex before we get one more drop before all right, I mean before we get this more move, maybe we get one more drop. Now the question is how we can trade this because the price couldn't break the previous top. It tagged but reverse. And one more things, even if you put, I mean, if we refer to the indicators, we can see start to show us the divergence. All right, that's why if we want to look for any trade setup within this move, we need to be quite careful. We want to see how complex can be before we get the next move. And even we can see we have a correction here. Even if you want to look for trade, from now we consider any trade as a short term, similar to what I explained in my last video. We get the trade, but it couldn't get move really much. All right. Now we move to 1 hour chart. Okay. And as I explained based on forward chart, from now we can look for buy from this correction, but any buy we consider as a short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage because we don't want to buy at the top then the price reverse. And even we based on forward chart, we mentioned may the I mean this one can give us this is what we have been looking for. May this one can give us either one more drop for the reversal or this one turn to more complex correction before we get the next move. All right. By the way, we don't have any trade setup that can, we don't have any trade setup that we can expect to break the price can break the previous top, which is around 62K. All right. The only thing is we can look for trade from whatever we have here, but right now we consider as a short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. If there is a continuation with the short move, good. But if this is not moving, we don't stay with the trade. We take out the trade because we don't want to buy at the top. All right. Can this one turn to a deeper correction? At least we can put in relative to this for more drop, one move up. We need to see. Right now we cannot confirm. The only thing is when we have this kind of the corrective move, we need to be quite careful. All right. For me, what I do from now, any trade setup, I get it. As I mentioned, I will consider as a short term, similar to what we have here. We get one move with the breakout of the previous top. We see this is not moving. This is where we start to manage or we take out the trade. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, any proper trade setup that can give us a confirmation the next move is going to break either 60K following by 62K, then I will give an update. Rather than that, any buy we consider as a short term. Again, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, any confirmation for the next move, either buy or sell, I will share. Thanks.